What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Before we start the video, I want to remind everybody content creator program is still going on. We've got 2 active codes to give you 1,000 essence stones, 500k gold, 150 rune fragments, and 1 mana power extract. We have only 3 days left before those codes are completely gone, so make sure if you have not done so, click that support button. I'll be sending more codes out today for all new subscribers, and anyone who is not supporting, support now, because we have another 7 codes on the way for you guys. So make sure you click that support button. Now, let's get into the video. We're going to talk about whether the meta has changed for stats after seeing what gems did with percentages. All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, we got ourselves a brand new setup again. That's right. My floors are done in my basement. I had to move things around because we're building a brand new gym in the basement, and things are going to look a little different, maybe sound a little different for a little while, so I apologize in advance if everything is not to your liking. Hopefully it is, though. We got ourselves a Guardian of the Galaxy poster. We got all my Street Fighter comics behind me, so we got ourselves a little bit of a decor going on here. I'm going to show you guys real quick. There it all is. And then my gym is starting to come together now. My floors are all done. You guys can see we're just trying to put things together now. It's a little bit of a mess, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to have a lot of things set up for you guys during the live streams to keep everybody entertained, plus to have a little bit of fun along the way. All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit about what the video is going to be about today, and that is the change in stats for the meta. Now, we've been waiting for this for quite some time, and we're going to test to see if in fact the stat changes have now taken into effect. Because number one, the reason why I'm bringing this up is we all watched, hopefully you guys did, the new gem video where if you change your stats over to percentages, people get better stats overall. Now, before it used to be that hunters were better scaled off of additional numbers, right? So additional defense, additional attack, additional HP, etc. All of that used to stack better for hunters. But now that we're at a higher level, and again, we all predicted this was going to happen eventually, let's see if that is the fact for all cases, including artifacts as well as cores. All right, and this is going to be a big one, because if it does actually now matter where percentage is bigger, it's going to make us revamp a lot of our either artifacts, cores, or the way we look at the game and what we're expecting to farm, right? Essentially for stats. So let's take a quick look here. We'll look at Thomas Andre here. Okay, I got 37k for defense. So we're going to start off with cores. Let's just start off with cores and see what happens. Now I've got myself an additional defense, critical hit damage core here. What I want to essentially test to see is if additional defense or defense percentage is going to matter more. I don't care about the level 15 part. What I care about most is finding something that's equivalent in the percentage department as well as the department for additional defense. So for example, level 10s here, you guys can see you get 3,953% versus the amount here, which is 3,953. Okay, so let's just put this in here, take a little bit of a note. Now keep in mind, level 15 might be a lot different, right? Level 15 might be a huge difference versus level 10. And we can also test this with the additional attack. So you know what we'll do? We'll start off with additional attack first. So let's start off with attack. You guys can see his attack is 15611. So let's just take a couple notes here. 7-3. All right, that's the additional attack. Now, if I take that core out, I'm pretty sure I have an SJW percentage attack one here. There it is. Okay, let's see what the difference is now. So first off, we do know he's going to lose a lot of power, 8,000 power, but does that actually mean he also loses attack? So if I go to attack, you guys can see it in fact did drop, right? So let's just go here and put core equals attack percentage. And we're going to see if this is only affecting main stats, all right? So results equal additional attack gave 15,611. Right? And then attack percentage equals way less, like way less, 12,863, right? 12,863. Now, is that going to be the same when it comes down to the main actual stat, which is defense? Okay, so let's see. And this is the reason why I'm doing this, guys, just so everyone's aware, is because there was a lot of controversy regarding the gems versus the cores versus the artifacts. I want to make sure people understand that it only might affect one part of the game, not the whole thing. All right, so we put on a level 10 additional defense core. All right, so again, we're going to test to see what this is at. So this puts me at 35488. Now I'm going to put this back into Notepad just so we have this. So now additional defense core level 10. Okay, now we're going to go back here and we're going to find ourselves a defense percentage one. Okay, which we just did. So whose was it? Was hers, right? Okay, so this is 36.79%. Okay, so if I go now defense percentage core, 0.79%, and that will put me at probably a lower number. You guys can see I lost power, 2000, and that in fact did lower my stats. Now this would probably be the same if I had a defense percentage one as well, right? So the way we're going to test that, guys, is we're going to jump into my pay to win account. I probably have more cores there, and I'll test it there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here. So let's take a look and see if this, in fact, is going to affect main stats or not. All right, this is going to be a big one. So I'm on my pay to win account. So this is my Thomas Andre. The stats are going to look a little different. So I've got myself my curse set on here. So let's go ahead and record the stats here again, just to make sure. Now we go pay to win account. We'll say Thomas Andre main defense. So it's 35422 equals with additional defense core. Okay, level 15. And then we're going to go ahead and take that off, and we're going to see if that actually does help with his defense when you put in the percentage. Now I have a percentage one right here, so you guys can see crit damage, defense percent, so 53, 3.4. You guys can see the numbers are obviously different. This core number is way lower than this number, so it should definitely drop my number. See, I lost 2,318. My number is 34730, so 34730. So still, guys, with cores, you definitely want to stick with additional numbers rather than the percentages for your hunters. Okay, now if I were to do this on SJW, it'll be a lot different, obviously, right? If I go here, for example, right, and if I put in, let's say he's got attack percentage, he's got additional defense, let's see if his numbers change when it's SJW. All right, so this is the hunters. We're going to put hunters. So hunters in conclusion equals better with additional stats. Okay, and I mean, we could do the same. We'll do the same thing with, let's go back here for a second. Actually, we'll do the same thing with HP, just so we're on the same, we have all of it covered, okay? So you guys can see additional HP, 7906. If I go to a percentage HP one, this is level 15, actually. There's another one there. Do I have a 50? There we go. Okay, perfect. So you guys can see here, let's record HP as well, okay? We'll just make it quick. So if I go over here, my HP is 25884. God, he's got low HP. So 25, so let me go here, HP equals 25884 with additional HP. I'm assuming he has, let me see what core he has. Level 10. Let's switch that up to 15. Okay, we'll just make him a little more consistent again. So we'll put in the 15 one. So 28924. 28924. Okay, 28924. Okay, with additional HP core, level 15. All right, now let's see HP percentage, because this is one that's pretty hot topic as well for people. We'll take away Goto's, put this one in. Again, numbers dropped quite a bit. In this case, HP still went down, right? So you guys can see here, HP dropped. HP percentage core, level 15 equals 23621. Okay, I think we've made it pretty conclusive. Hunters are better overall with additional stats with cores, specifically with cores. Okay, now let's go to SJW for a second and make the same assumptions here and see what's happening. So if I go here, right, and I see his cores are all percentages right now, except for these two here. So we'll see if that helps. So first off, numbers with percentages. So his 36373. So we'll do SJW. SJW stats. Okay. So right now, attack equals 36373. Oh, sorry, 36373 with percentage cores for attack. All right, now if I were to take that out, let's give him an additional attack core instead. There we go. Okay, his attack actually went up. And you guys can see even there, that went up as well. Now the reason why that's happening is because he's got 700 in intelligence. So if I were to take this out for a second, actually, you know what? Let's do this one sec here. Let's do a proper stat number. Okay, let's do like 700 is obviously for his guild boss. So let's do 190 because that's what you're going to run most likely with into it. Okay, so let's do this again. So this right now is attack with additional attack equals 42694. Okay, And then with core attack percentage, if I go back here for a second and I switch that out again, and I give him the level 15 one that he had, he went up 4-3. See, that's the difference there. So it's gonna matter based on what you have as your main stat. Okay, this is with strength at 519, intellect at 200. Okay, you guys can see the difference though. The lower the individual stat is in regards to their main stat in terms of SJW, that's what's going to matter more. So same thing is going to apply here when you do the percentages, right? So you guys can see additional versus percentage. So let's see what his defense is at. Let's see, I did have one right there. Perfect. So let's take a look here. So defense 1, 2, 4, 4, 6. 1, 2. So defense equals 1, 2, 4, 4, 6. This additional defense should actually be much better. Okay, with additional defense core 15. And this one here now, if we take this out, we're going to see that the number should drop, I think, right? You guys can see we lost a lot there. And our defense did in fact drop. Now, that's because, again, we have ourselves lower stats in the defense section, right? So stats are obviously going to matter a lot. 83, 89 with defense percent level 15 core. Okay, and then of course, last one, HP, where we have 33K. So HP 33277, and that's with what? That's with additional, I'm assuming. That's with additional HP. With additional HP. And if I go HP percentage now instead, where's Thomas Andres? There it is. Went down again in power, and HP dropped as well. All right, so there you guys go. HP 30066 with HP percentage core. All right, so there you guys go. So what it looks like here is depends on the. So this is for Sung Jinwoo. So it depends on your stats, right? So if I were to, for example, take all of my stats and put it into agility or vitality, so vitality obviously is HP, or defense and stuff, it would obviously alter, and this is actually defense as well, it would alter the way it looks. So let's just say, for a quick example here, I'll just show you. If I were to do this, right? Let's say I did this for a second. Let's see if this makes a difference, right? So let's just HP 35543, 35543. So 35543 versus, there you guys go. Even with the maximum amount of stats, it's just not enough, right? And I think defense will probably function the same way, where if you put the additional defense one, it'll probably go up. Yeah, it went up. So the only stat here that is high enough because of everything we have equipped is strength. You'd have to go full on. I would imagine you'd have to go full on, like additional defense, attack, etc. Right? You'd probably have to go full on attack or defense gear or maybe HP gear to make a difference. But right now, as it stands, the way we build SJW is more for attack. So you guys can see here with everything that we've just tested, the meta here did not change. And I think the same would apply here if I were to take out, for example, this set and put on, like, let's say, so do I have a percentage one here? Hold on. Level 70. So I should have a level 78 gear here. That's the same. Let's go curse. So here, if I go additional attack, right? Main stat versus attack percentage main stat, you'll probably see that attack percentage main stat will work better for SJW, but will continue working the exact same way for hunters. So I'm pretty sure that this is still the same. I don't think it's really changed too much. But let me see if I have anything I can test with. Here we go. Okay, so this has attack percentage plus 1 attack extra versus attack plus 3. So that's not a good look. So I got to find something that's similar, right? Attack plus 2. Okay, so let's just test this. So 3, 6, 4, 5, 4. This is a tough one to test because we'd have to find stats that are exactly the same. Let me go back to this. Yeah, I'll max. Actually, you know what? I'll do what I did before. Let's go back to 200. And then the rest here we'll put into attack. There we go. So 43664 right? And again, I got to find something with exact same setup. So I got to find I have to find one attack plus percentage, and I have to find one with, so this one here, perfect. Attack 1, additional attack. So let's see. So what's my attack at right now? 43664. If I were to take that helmet off and put additional attack, what's better here? 43374. There you guys go. So you guys can see percentage still works a little bit better. And obviously it's a little bit RNG because the numbers here matter a lot, the substat numbers, because they vary. They can go higher or lower. But I think overall, nothing artifact-wise, core-wise has actually changed. I just want to show you guys some of the data here just to make it make a little bit of sense for you. So the only thing that really changed, guys, throughout this entire experience was, in fact, the gems. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.